Hey y'all, welcome to the Sips and Smut podcast where taboo is the topic and the tea is hot. I am Maddie and I'm
I
here
am
with
I am Jordan.
uh, today we're going to be discussing the first book of the Black Dagger Brotherhood Dark Lover by
Yes.
J.R. Ward. I'm pretty
Yes.
excited about this one. Um I hadn't heard of it and I'm not surprised because it was written in the early 2000s before I was really into the genre.
Hmm.
Um, but I hadn't heard of it. And then Passionflix did this book as their first season. And they've, I think, got it lined up for all 11, which I'm super excited for. But I think
Wait,
one of J.R. Ward's videos went TikTok
what
viral.
is she? Wait, I thought she had more than 11. I thought it was like almost
Oh,
20
there is.
books.
It's just, there's
Okay.
like 20, but 11 is like the main chunk. And then
Mm,
there's like
extra.
I think,
Okay.
yeah, I need to look through it, but there's even more. So they have it out for the first 11 and then they'll keep going. But it's with Passionflix, which I literally subscribed to because of this. So what I was saying was there was a TikTok by J.R. Ward, the author, where she met the actors in character for the first time. And when she met Wrath, it went like crazy viral because she kind of freaked out. Like she'd met the actors before, but to see them in costume and fully ready for that first day of filming, she was like, it's uncanny. This is exactly what I had in mind. And it's really fun to see her reaction to them if you haven't seen any of them.
Yes, I have. I did actually. I saw that and
Mm,
I had wondered about it and I read up on it. I just didn't actively start the books because I was reading already so many. So I was like, this is
yes.
like my TBR for
I
later.
had a shorter TBR list
Yeah.
than you at the time, so I kind of dove into it.
And I'm
But
glad you did. I'm glad we diverted to read this and
yeah,
it's got
I
its own
I think
show
it's a
now.
good one. Exactly. Now that it has its own show and season one is out. And I'm pretty sure they're filming season two now. Um, it's hot right now. I feel like Zoolander. It's so hot right now. Um, but
um,
it was kind of similar to Kiss of the Basilisk, where we saw it on a lot of social media and it gained a lot of popularity, and that's how it got on our radars. And I think this one was pretty similar.
yeah, and I think the difference between the two for that is that Basilisk came out and it was new, it was something very
Hmm.
different. Whereas this is an older book, it's just kind of resurfaced with popularity due to the new show and the reaction
Exactly.
and everything, which I think is great because there's actually a lot of stories out there and a lot of great
Hmm.
authors that a lot of people don't know about. And it sometimes
Yeah,
bums me out when I'm like, did you ever read this? And they're like, I've never heard of that person. I'm like, oh, well, never
exactly.
mind.
They're very established, and as a like a new reader to that, you typically when you Google search or like you're doing any of the romance bookbinders, the
Mhm.
newer authors come up first. And you end up missing out on some. Like, I don't know about you. I love when I find a new author and I find out they have like a 50 some plus book list because I will binge everything they've written. But it makes it really fun because with new authors, I have zero patience. So I don't like to wait for new books to
That's
come out.
very fair. That's
I will
very
wait
fair.
until the whole series is out before I start to read it. So I love stuff like this where I find a new author and I look them up and I'm like, oh, we're gonna be together for a while. It's almost like a relationship. You're like,
Newly
we're gonna be
discovered.
together. J.R. Ward, you and I are going to have a very long relationship, I feel like.
Well, for me, reading this book, it kind of gave me a lot of nostalgia because I've been reading this type of stuff probably a lot longer. It's a lot longer than most, and also probably I was way too young to probably started reading this, but
Honestly, where we all.
yeah, I was like, yeah, because a lot of the same type of the writing style and the settings was giving me that flashback from when I was
Hmm.
a teenager reading some of the similar stories in the same kind of structure because
Yeah.
vampires have always been a huge thing.
Oh yeah.
That's
And we were
always
the
been a thing.
Twilight generation.
Yes, but
So
even before the
yeah,
Twilight,
even
you
before
got
that,
yeah.
it was
There's
hot.
Interview with the Vampire. Like we
God,
had
yes. The Disney
yeah,
My Date, My Mom's Gonna Date with a Vampire, like all
yes.
of that stuff.
My Little
God, that
Vamp,
was a
like
good movie.
all these different
Yes, it's
ones.
all good.
And so it kind of gave me flashbacks. It was like I I kind of like thinking of another book while reading
Yeah.
it. And I know it's probably not her intention because at the time when she was writing this, it was that kind of setting, that kind of era of
Yeah.
like the introductory book where we get to meet all the characters, where we meet the main character, the Beth, and her, how what's going on with her life and how what
Yeah.
she does and everything that she's dealing with. It was giving very much that era or the 2000s, early 2000s. It was very much
Yeah.
that because there's similar books like with Laurel K. Hamilton's series, Anita Blake series, Riley Judson series. I'm trying to think of some other ones, even some Nora Roberts
Hmm.
that she did some
Yeah.
paranormal. She dabbled in that. Sherilyn Kenyon. A lot of those type of books are very similar to this. So it's I was
Hmm.
like, I know this, John. I know this feeling.
It's comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's a
a comfy
comfortable
feeling.
book to read. You start it and you're like, okay. It's like, you know, you find like an old pair of fuzzy socks or
Mm-hmm,
something
mm-hmm,
that you just won't throw out and you put them on and you're just like, oh, yes.
mm-hmm.
It's like that.
Yeah, it was very
But
much that.
yeah. Well, you know, one of the things you brought up was going back and meeting all the characters. I think that's something that you kind of get nowadays, but not to this degree.
Mm-mm,
And that's one of the reasons like I was really glad now that I'm a couple books into the series, that Raph's book was first,
mm-hmm,
because it sets up the world so nicely with him as, you know, coming in and finally taking over as king, and then you get to meet everybody else. And so I can see why you would start there. Um, and I liked the way that she built up the world in this book. I think um, you and I have kind of talked about this on the side. It was more world building
mm-hmm,
than romance, which when you read more contemporary authors, it's there's a little more heavy-handed on the romance.
mm-hmm.
Um, but as I said, like as I've gotten into the series, I feel like that has
Well,
changed a lot.
this was the book to be able to write the other books because
Exactly.
this
It
needed
needed to focus on world building.
yeah, it needed to build that world. It needed to make you interested to want to go into it more. And that's what
Yes.
this did. On a romance scale, I wouldn't give this a super high rating. Don't get me wrong. There is spice. There is
Oh yeah.
decent
And
amount of
it's
spice.
good.
It's just
It's just a very minor, it's like
it's not the
less than half.
focus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the focus. But at the same time, I understand why it needed to be that way. And having read some more of the books, it's kind of like watching The Office and people are like, just you have to watch season one, but like don't put a whole lot of expectation into
It,
that one because
mm-hmm.
it builds up after. And it's almost like that where you kind of have to get through that first book of world building. That's the main thing before you get into the juicier stories that are they're able to be more focused on the romance because you've already built up, you know, all the issues with the lessers and all that.
And the backstory in the world and you kind of
Yeah.
have a general understanding of how things work in this world so it's not having to be
Hmm.
explained every single time which
Exactly.
is also really nice. That is one thing about a multiple series type
Hmm.
setting. You don't have to go through that
Yeah.
introductory part every time. Like you kind of just like, okay, we know what's happening, we got it from this book, kind of get the idea. I remember this dude, this is the guy I'm interested in
Yeah.
out of the ones they introduced. I'm very interested to hear about his story. Awesome, let's go. And then just start that.
Yeah.
So so their story, Wrath and Beth's story, I I did like it, but there were parts that were a little bit frustrating for me because I was like, I don't, and we talked about this on the side too, but it's fated mates, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that genre and you don't know that type and you don't know and you
It's gonna
don't know it,
be
it's gonna be
it's gonna
off-putting.
feel well, it's gonna feel lacking because you're like, you just met.
You
And
literally
so
just
you
met. Yeah.
yeah, you do kind of have to know the whole fated mates thing for it to make sense. And if you think of it in that context, it very much makes sense. Like I
Mm-hmm.
totally get that. They can tell as soon as they meet someone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They did not tell
which is
though at the
interesting.
time. Yeah, Wrath had no didn't he didn't clock it.
No, but I feel like the book talks about there was something he didn't understand what it was, but there was some type of feeling like
Yeah.
uh,
And
in a big way immediately.
so that's probably the biggest thing that I was kind of like, that was odd.
Yeah.
Just because they had met, he's there to protect her. She has never met him before in her life. She has no idea about all this
Yeah.
underworld stuff because she's been an orphan.
Yeah, she thought she was human.
Yeah, and this,
So,
she's doing her own thing, trying to live her own life, being Miss Independent. We love a girl boss, and
yeah, yeah.
but not a cold girl boss. She's actually really nice
No,
and super
she's a
warm.
very nice one. Yes.
Yeah, but so I kind of wanted a little bit more, like at least hi. Like it was kind of a weird.
Hi, my name is.
I know. Hello, my name is like maybe have Eminem
All
sing
I
it
can
for
think
him.
of
I
is
don't.
Wicca Wicca Slim
Yeah,
Shady.
yeah. Like something because it was just so
Oh,
abrupt. I kind of like reread that
yeah.
section. I'm like, am I missing something?
Yeah, I've
But
had, and I did feel that way with this book, and it gets better through the series.
yeah,
And
no,
yeah,
I know just because from other books that it probably does get better in the series, and you've confirmed it for me. But it just for those that just never heard of it before and decide to pick it up, and this is the and
and
they're
this is what
real
you're,
into romance, and they're
yeah, you need
expecting
to
like
understand it's fated mate.
yeah, it's fated
There's
mate.
no, there's no slow burn.
Now, there's no
There's just
slow there's no
they
slow
meet and I
burn.
love you. It's like
There's
Doug. I've just met you and I love you.
basically yeah. Um, they don't even really say hi. She's just like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, well, he breaks into her house
I know,
and
and it's not. Yeah,
freaks out the first time. And then he has to come back and he's like, yeah, I didn't really think that one through.
yeah. He
Like,
just this
no,
big hulking
it
man just shows up.
just
Hello.
shows up and it's like not even at the front door. He comes to the side door and
Yeah, in
then
the
like the
dark.
courtyard in the
And she
dark.
had just been like attacked too, not long after before
Yeah,
that. So it's like the worst combination ever. And
terrible,
and I was like,
terrible.
Ugh. So if you that is the one thing I want to give everyone a heads up. This isn't a new a current 2025 like
No, this is very much early 2000s.
I
I
would
think they talked about Butch having a razor phone.
yeah, like
Like,
20
yeah,
I would say the dark romance genre really took off 2022, right? So
yeah.
2022 to now, it's not like that at all. This is early
Mm-mm.
2000s. This is like Nora
This is blessed
Roberts.
in the
It's
past.
yeah, like type kind of stuff where it's a little bit of a slow build. There's more plot than there is
Yeah.
spice, which is still good. And then
Hmm.
there is spice. It's just
It's different. I mean,
yeah, it's a quickie. It's a quickie
it is,
spice.
it's still explicit,
It
I
is.
guess,
Well, parts of it
but
is.
it
There are
is,
other parts and
parts of it is,
weren't,
and parts of it are, yeah.
but that's the point of this book though. It's world building. It's not
Yes.
really
This
like
one's
it
the
is
world builder.
you learn about him and all that eventually. It's a progress, but so I guess I should say this is more of a reverse version where they learn after they have sex. They learn about each
Yeah.
other and then they have sex and then they learn about
They,
each other. So it's
the,
just kind of
and
like
that
that's how
relationship develops and all
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
if you're going and thinking it's going to be like that, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Which so fair
Uh,
warning on that, but
yeah.
it is a really good story and I
It
am
is really good.
for learning more about the entire world and I'm
So,
very interested in Zadist. Is that how you say his name?
yes, he's Zadist. He's my favorite so far.
Because it's borderline sadist. And I just think that's
Hmm.
I was like, oh, you were a genius,
Yeah.
J.R. Ward. I see what you did there.
Right. I
I see
saw
what
that
you
and I was
did
like,
there.
I see what you did, girl. Um, well, one of the things I think she does really well, especially in the romance genre, is write a good villain.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of times, and it's fair, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
focus on the romance and you don't develop the villain as much.
Because a
She does a
lot of the
very good job with that.
well, a lot of the dark romance, it is the villain type that we're going
Yeah,
for. So it's not really like, ooh,
exactly.
scary. Yay, tie me up. Like it's more of that
Yeah,
than it
my
is like,
volunteer is
oh no.
tribute.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh no. It's more like, hey, oh no, yes, yes, daddy. Like more like stuff like
What is it, the
that.
SNL where he's impersonating the Dateline guy? Oh, I'm bummed. Oh
Oh
no.
no. Yeah. That's basically what that is. And so
Yeah,
having an actual villain, a real villain that's like creepy, is
creepy
got some
and
serious
very good.
issues.
Very a lot of issues. And the nice thing too is it's not just one villain.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few villains and they're all really well written.
Mm-hmm. You
Like,
you
yeah.
dislike them. a lot.
very much. And she makes them very creepy. And now I have watched season one of the show, and I have to say, first of all, I think one of the things I love about this project with Passionflix is they literally put the book on screen, down to the lines, to what they were wearing, like everything. It is essentially verbatim the book, which I adore.
Hmm.
Um,
I think that's why they created it. They wanted it. They wanted women to have their romance novels
right.
in real life
I
because I
don't want
mean,
you to change everything about the book.
no.
I read the book and I loved the book and I want to see the book,
Hmm.
but like visually, please stop messing with books.
Yes, and that's basically what it did. And it's not like Hallmark or Lifetime or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
It's overly exaggerated. Like it's literally from the
No,
book.
it's
But
exactly the book. But the guy who they got to play Mr. X, ooh, I'm sure he's very attractive. I have not looked him up in real life.
outside
He's
of that setting,
so creepy in this show. I mean, they did an excellent job casting him. He would creep me the F out.
I feel like in general they just did a good job with. I haven't even
Hmm.
watched it yet, but I already can tell it's going to be because I'm a big movie and TV watcher. I'm not haven't been in the last
Yeah.
year or so, but I that was like my jam before I got back into books, and so uh hearing you describe that and know that they put the effort
Yeah.
to make it from the book. They
They
and
did a
J.R. Ward herself like practically fell over when she saw the main character and how
yeah.
like spot on he
So
was.
you know it's good.
You know, yeah,
Yes.
just to have that like from paper to real life.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
It's
God, that's what I saw in my head.
Robert
Yes.
Masser is the actor who plays Wrath. And yeah, that video where she sees him for the first time. And to be honest with you, like having seen the TikTok video first, I
Mm-hmm.
saw him and I was like, I don't understand why she's freaking out. I mean, he's creepy looking, but like
Mm-hmm. And then you
I
read
don't
it.
get it. And then I read it and I'm like, oh, he is perfect. Now I get it.
Yep. Makes
He's
sense.
spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
usually
so
how that
the
goes.
casting in that is really good. Um, I really enjoyed watching or reading the book and then watching the show because it was almost like a just a refresher of the whole storyline, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, and then and you know that first reading is
Hmm.
different than trying to go back and make the time to reread it again because you did
Yeah,
enjoy it, but you know there's so many other books out there that you want to read, and for the first
all of
time,
them.
yes, all of them, and but then you have this story that you can just watch, and it's literally the book.
Yeah,
It's in a way it's almost easier because you can have it playing and you can
yeah.
do things and actually move around. It's kind of like an audiobook in a way, but this you
Yeah,
actually you don't have to
which
visualize it so much.
I really enjoy. I think that's one of the reasons that we get so ticked off when studios mess with our books and change things
Mm-hmm.
because I already know I love the story and I know the story. I want to visually see the story. I want to listen to the story. Books, movies, audiobooks. I could do all three and be just as happy and get something different each time. Keep the books the way they are, please.
Yeah, most
It's one of my
studios
biggest
won't.
pet peeves. I know they don't.
But I think with Passionflix, because of how they do it, and because they're
Mhm.
slowly, this is like this is what they're doing. Like that's what they're
That's the
selling it
that's
on.
the whole shtick.
And considering how popular books are now, and
Oh, for real.
yeah, you know what? I hope that they stay popular. That is the only thing concern I
So do
have with
I.
this because
Yeah.
because you know how things ebb and flow. I don't want this to go away. I want this to keep
I don't either.
going
Like I really enjoy this.
because there's all these indie
Yeah.
books that are coming like indie
Hmm.
bookstores and women are owning these bookstores and I'm like cool.
Exactly.
So I hope it stays there so we can have more content like Passionflix. I don't want
Yeah.
another network. I want it to stay on this network. But the fact is like if that
Yeah,
grows,
please
so
keep it
will
on Amazon. But
Passionflix
like,
grow
yes.
and they'll be able to pick out books. Could you
Hmm.
imagine if they did Butcher and Blackbird? Oh, I mean, I know they're making that in a movie, but if they did the show. Oh,
I would
mama.
watch it. I mean, who wouldn't? But
I
like,
know.
yes, and each year could be its own episode.
Mm-hmm. That would be
Good
amazing.
idea.
That would be
Passion
amazing.
Flicks, you heard it here first.
Yes. But call Bryn Weaver, see if she'll do it. I was like, I know she's
For
doing the
real.
movie, but see if she'll do the show.
Hmm.
Because that would be awesome. That would be
It would be
so great.
awesome.
Um, but yeah. So I what would you say? What would you give this book out of what you've read?
I think this one I would probably give like a 4.25. And like I said, now at the beginning of the fourth book.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's strictly world building. You have to read this book to get to the other ones. So again, I understand why it's less on the romance side. It does get more as you go on. Um, but I
I,
really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna keep reading the series. I'm excited for the show too. Like I've subscribed to the to Passionflix. I've got my whole so right up there with Bridgerton for me, my yearly series that I have to catch up on. It's gonna be part of it.
well, I would give it a 3.9 just because for me, I've read too many books that are similar. So as
Hmm.
much as I did enjoy this new worlds and this type of but it's still another vampire world to me. So that part was a little
Yeah,
hard for me to kind of stick with it because I'm like, it's another vampire world. But that's just me because I've read a
yeah.
lot of vampire
And
books.
I have not.
It's like I
I've
have read
read
a lot.
some, but not like excessive.
And some of the ones that I've read, they have like 30 books and they're good. It's
Dang.
just, but that's my point. Like I've read a lot. Like that was just one series. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
like, I've read a lot. And so that's
yeah.
why I'm like,
It's
it's
okay.
good.
It's good.
It's good. It's not something life changing for me because I've already had that kind of experience with this type of
Yeah, I think that's
world
fair.
building. And so that's why I would give it a 3.9. Now, probably after it, because in most cases, the next few books are amazing
It's really
because then
good.
you
Yeah.
fall in love with the other individual characters. Like Zadis is he's the one
Like
that I was,
sadist.
he's the one I'm most interested in. So
I cried in his book.
don't tell me that.
I know.
Don't tell me
In
that.
in both good and bad ways. I
Oh,
cried in his book.
oh, I still am gonna read it
All I
though.
can tell you is that book is gonna hit you right in the feels in like
Good.
the
That's what I
best
want.
way possible. Once you get through, and you kind of have to read the books in order because his relationship with his girl starts in the second book. And if you don't read that, you're gonna miss out on how they met.
Yeah,
So,
a
um,
lot of them do that. There's like the
yeah.
intro, and then the next book, the
Hmm.
main two characters
His,
for that, and then
oh,
somebody else gets introduced, and you're kind of like, I already see who the next, what the next one
yeah.
is going to be. Then it's the
Hmm.
next one, and then it kind of goes on. I mean, it's good.
His, his one. You're gonna,
Uh,
you're gonna love it.
look,
You're gonna cry, but
like,
you're gonna love it.
I have a
You're like, I
stack
have
of,
so many
I have
on
a
this
stack
list.
of books. Well, actually, funnily enough, our list that we have for the podcast, I only have one book left. It's
I
my,
know, same. Now we have to add more. What a bummer.
I know, what a bummer. And I have a few because I think I would like to talk to you about that later where we'll have to pick some of the ones because
Yes.
I may have gone a little crazy at the bookstore recently and I have
Oof. Mm.
I have a stack. So,
So yeah, this paycheck, I have some extra money coming from a refund,
mhm,
and I was already thinking I should go to Barnes
you
or I
should
should go to a bookstore.
you
And
should
I was like,
find an indie
I
bookstore.
should. I should. I know I need to look up here and see um what's in my
Oh,
area.
we
Boston has a
also
ton. It's just a pain in the ass to get to Boston.
we also have our affiliate link for our bookstore
For a
for
bookstore.
for our books for online storefront, if you will, with bookshop.org. So it's in our
Yeah.
link tree on our TikTok and our Instagram. So if you guys want to pull up the books that we talk about in our podcast, as
Mhm.
well as other books that are our favorites. The list, I think it
Yes.
has like 60 or so books on there now, but we're obviously going to add more because that's what we
Yeah, and if there
do.
are books
So
that you want to see on there, let us know because it's I think fairly easy to add. Is that right? You said?
it is fairly easy for us to add, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you guys want to shop our link, you can.
Yeah, shop the link. It supports the podcast.
And it supports indie bookstores. That's what
Yes.
bookshop.org, that's their main thing is supporting small businesses, specifically bookstores.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of indie bookstores are actually popping around
Which I
now.
love. I
because
love
of
that
that.
because knowledge, let's be honest, reading is knowledge and knowledge is power. I always tell my kids, I've got two young girls, and if there's any lesson I would want them to know, it's that knowledge is the only thing that nobody can take away from you. So get all you can and read whatever you can get your hands on.
And just because we read romance books doesn't mean it's not knowledge. It's learning
Oh,
world
yeah.
building, but delving your imagination, keeping your creativity alive. So,
And I think too, I've read a ton of I'm a sucker for historical romance. And I can't tell you how many like historical things I've learned. And I've been through lots of history classes in my education. I'm not, history stupid, but like some really niche things I've come across, which has been really fun. You never know what you're going to learn reading a book. Fiction,
it's
nonfiction,
true.
doesn't matter.
It's true
Yeah, you can always learn some cool stuff.
because even with Dark Lover, because it's an
Mhm.
older book, there's some stuff you forget about too. Because it's like a
Yeah,
flash in the past, like you said, the razor phone. I about
there is a
fell
phone.
over. I was laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot
I
about
know
that."
because I had one. That was my first cell phone in high school. I had my pink razor, and so it brought me back, I think, perfectly right to that time where had I known this had existed when it came out, I would have been all over it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a young adult, you're just
Because yeah,
getting into it, and it's a good book for that, I think.
and then because it is like a flash to the past, essentially, it's like a bunch of different stuff they talked about. I was like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
forgot about that too. Oh, and then it's like you come,
Yeah.
it's just like we said earlier, it's comfy because it's
Hmm.
nostalgia. Because not only is it world building, and for
Yeah.
me, it's a similar book that I've read before, but the actual world and the time setting it's in
Yeah.
is something
It's
we grew up with,
familiar.
and we're like, oh, forgot about that, but oh
Yeah.
my god,
I well, I think too, I think every generation does it where they're like, oh man, my generation was the last one with like a great childhood. And I absolutely feel that way. And so I think anything that brings you back to childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, you're like, man, those were the times. We didn't know how good we had it.
yeah, we really didn't. It's just it's wild.
We
I
never
didn't.
do. It's just fun. It's a fun blast from the past.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. It was interesting. I didn't think I would go back in time as much as I did while reading that story. And that
Yeah.
was that was the like I was pulled in to the story, obviously, but
Hmm.
like just living it because you could see it in your head, like, oh, I know what that is. Pictured it. Because I bet some of the newer readers that are younger and
Yeah.
haven't, they're like, huh?
What
What's
is
that?
that? You
And
know
then
what? That's interesting.
they're having to pull it up
Yeah.
like, what was that? What was that
What
back
was
then?
that? That's like, because I said I read historical romance. It's like that. Looking back and you're like, ah, olden times, which it's not olden times, but like,
Ugh, ugh,
I know, I
ugh.
know. I saw a TikTok the other day and it was like, oh, they know as soon as like they card you at the bar or the grocery store, they just look for the one now. And I was like, that's
Rude.
rude.
It's exceptionally
That's
rude.
that was rude. That was
Yes,
pretty fucking
rude,
rude.
rude. That was really damn rude.
I
Uh
know.
you
But it's
oh,
like
and then
that, we don't
it,
have to, it's familiar for us, but for them, it's like reading a historical romance. You're like, what's a
oh
petticoat?
Jesus.
I
Well,
know. God.
like we were where our child was is what is in the early 1900s or the late 1900s.
God. I do want
I
that shirt with the Oregon Trail wagon on it, and it says, be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s.
Oh my god, we should just wear that. That would be
Brilliant. We
amazing.
should,
Should just wear that one
right?
time. Like one of our podcasts, just wear that shirt and just be
We
like,
should, we should get that. It's an excellent shirt.
we should do a dark romance historical version and wear that shirt.
Oh, girl. Okay. I'm here for this.
That would be a hilarious and
I
yes.
am here for it.
I don't wait, is there a dark I don't think
I'm sure there is.
I just
Let me
thought
go back through my multitude of people that I've read. Because for you, vampires, for me, historical romance. I have read just about
I mean,
every author there is out there.
granted, historically, it was very dark and romantic back then, and in many
Right?
aspects, like it wasn't people.
Victorian Gothic, that's an aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a very
It's a
specific
it is, but it's
aesthetic.
hot. It's hot right now. Why is everything so hot right now?
I'm hot right now because I'm in Texas and I'm dying,
I
freaking,
know. It's
I'm
really hot
sweating.
here too. I
Ugh.
know. But it's
Um,
going to cool down like 20 degrees in the next 2 days, but then it's going to rain. Michigan
Well,
blows.
I
But
wish I had that happening, because that is not the case here. But
it usually isn't at this time of year, is it? It's not till
no,
like
it's just gonna get
it's like
hotter.
spring and fall that you get your rain.
Well,
Everything before
yeah.
or after that is
And then
yeah.
August is the hottest month for us in
Hmm.
Texas, and I'm like, oh
Approaching
no.
it.
But oh, I lost my train of thought. We kind of went on a hot tangent. It was the oh crap. What was it? It was a historical thing, historical
Historical
romance.
dark romance.
Because back then, women really didn't have a choice either way,
Hmm.
like back then. And so
Yeah.
there's a lot of dark
Do
shit
you
that
like
happened.
it's all dark.
It's pretty
I
much
had
like
no
uh
we were property. It was all dark romance.
Outlander. Outlander's a great example of that.
Oh God. The things I would do to Jamie if given an
I
hour and a
we
half.
we're supposed to be talking about Dark Lover. We totally went off track here. But I agree with you on Jamie, and I love the actor.
Hmm.
Yes,
Oh, oh yes. But we
okay.
digress.
But that's a different episode or a
It's a
different topic. But
very
yes,
different topic. But yes.
Dark Lover by J.R. Ward.
Hmm.
I definitely give it a read. It's world building. There is spice, but it's the first book is world
I
building.
would say go into it committing to read 1 through 3
Hmm.
because those ones that's pretty much what you need to get like insanely hooked.
Hmm. I agree with that. I think that's
Yeah.
usually the first 3 to 4 books in most like big series like that.
Yeah, in big
That's
series like that. There's too
it's the first.
much world building that has to be done.
Yeah, yeah. It really.
But yes, do it and then watch the show. It's binging right now, I guess.
Mhm.
Or trending. I'm binging.
Mhm.
Whatever.
It's on
God, I'm
Passionflix.
old. I'm from the 1900s. It's on Passionflix,
We're,
which you can subscribe to alone on their website, or it's also on Amazon Prime, which is
don't they have
where I
an
have it.
app? Do they have an app?
Yeah, they have their own thing if you want just that. But it was easier for me because I'm on that.
Okay.
I'm on Amazon.
That's fair. I mean, most of the time, most places can do that too. But all right. Thanks everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Bye.